So welcome friends. Today we are going to start the course related with the analytical chemistry at TYBSc level in the semester 4th. This is the last semester of your TYBSc. Today we just want to go about the introduction of the syllabus in this lecture and discussing some basic points of chapter 1st. This course is of your analytical chemistry, having the course code CS344 semester 4th, that is semester term 2nd, right? In this course we want to discuss or we want to study about the 6 chapters, including chapter 1st solvent extraction, chapter 2nd chromatography, chapter 3rd gas chromatography, chapter 4th high performance liquid chromatography, chapter 5 electrophoresis, and chapter 6 nephelometry and the turbidimetry. From this lecture we will discuss the chapter 1st, that is solvent extraction, right? If you see all the topics starting from chapter 1st to ending on chapter 6, these all topics related with the separation techniques, right? During the separation techniques, okay, that means you use either solvent extraction, gas chromatography or chromatography, then high performance liquid chromatography, electrophoresis, nephelometry, turbidimetry. These are the techniques, some techniques related with the separation, some techniques related with the quantitative measurement, right? So starting from solvent extraction, right? Solvent extraction, as the name indicate, extraction. What do you mean by the extraction? Extraction means to extract out from one phase to another phase, right? If we consider two phases which are in contact with each other, right? Say phase 1 and phase 2nd. Condition for that, these two phases should be immiscible to each other. That means they should not be mix or make a homogeneous solution when they mixing with each other. That means these two phases are immiscible to each other. If solvent is dissolved or present in any one of them, that means either in phase 1st or either in phase 2nd, and we want to extract the solvent in other phase, right? This can be possible or this can be achieved by using the technique solvent extraction, right? That means this technique having its own principle. If you think about the principle of the solvent extraction, main condition for the the technique solvent extraction, that when you use the solvent extraction technique, the solutions or the solvents you use during the extraction purpose should not be miscible. That means they should not be soluble in each other. They should be immiscible to each other. This is one of the main important condition while use the technique solvent extraction, right? If we want to discuss about the principle, because during the examination principle will be asked, right? Solvent extraction technique is based on a principle that solute can be distributed in certain ratio between two immiscible solvents, right? This is the main principle, right? That means solute itself distributed between two immiscible solvent. This is the main condition, that is two immiscible solvent. Solute itself distributed between two immiscible solvent during the solvent extraction. That these two immiscible solvent, if you think about the two immiscible solvent, these two immiscible solvent may be water or any organic solvent like benzene, then carbon tetrachloride, etc. Okay, and solute itself distributed between these two immiscible solvent, okay, during the extraction. This solvent extraction technique is completed or done by using the apparatus which is called separatory funnel. The typical diagram for the separatory funnel, I am drawing here the typical diagram for the separatory funnel in this way. right? This separatory funnel having such kind of shape, right? This is the outlet, okay, and here is a cock for on and off purpose, right? This is the typical example or typical diagram for the solvent extraction technique. If you think about the features of the solvent extraction, right? This solvent extraction technique is quite so much simple and easy to carry out. Then there is no any sophisticated equipment or instrument is required during the technique solvent extraction, right? Just simple separatory funnel is used for the extraction purpose. Then this technique, that is solvent extraction, can be used for micro as well as macro level too. It is highly selective and convenient. Then it has ability to separate minor constituent from the major constituent. It is a speedy technique. That means solvent extraction is quite a speedy technique, right? Now, if we want to study about the solvent extraction, there should be two important phenomenon should be discussed while studying the solvent extraction. First one is a distribution coefficient, right? First one is distribution coefficient, right? What do you mean by the distribution coefficient? It is denoted by the symbol Kd, right? Suppose I am taking two solvents, say solvent first and solvent second, right, during the solvent extraction, and there is a solute is present either in any solvent, maybe solvent first or maybe solvent second, right? And I want to extract that solute from one phase to another phase, right? Already we discussed about the principle. Then what is the distribution coefficient actually? Distribution coefficient is nothing but it is denoted by the symbol Kd. When a solute distributes itself between the two immiscible phases in contact and in equilibrium with each other, the ratio of concentration of the substance in two phases is constant at constant temperature. It's called distribution coefficient, right? That means suppose the two solvents are in contact, the two immiscible solvents are in contact with each other, then when extraction process is carried out, the solute get distributed in such way that between the two solvents in such way that the ratio of concentration of a solute between these two phases, immiscible phases which are in contact with each other, is constant at constant temperature. Let's say suppose I am saying that the concentration of a solute in phase 1 is S1 and the concentration of a solute in phase 2 is S2. Then the ratio of these two at constant temperature is constant, and which is equal to Kd, that is distribution coefficient, right? This is the definition of distribution coefficient. But in practice, this phenomenon is rarely used because some solute may be undergo association, dissociation or polymerization between the two phases in contact with each other. If such kind of a condition is achieved or such kind of a condition is raised, that is solute get associated, dissociated or undergo polymerization, then the distribution coefficient is not a valid term because here no any idea about the association, dissociation or polymerization of the solute. Therefore, in such cases, instead of distribution coefficient, we use the second term that is called as a distribution ratio, right? Now, what do you mean by the distribution ratio? Okay, now distribution ratio is denoted by the symbol D. Okay, distribution ratio. This distribution ratio is an important term, right? What is distribution ratio? Distribution ratio itself a ratio. What is the distribution ratio actually? The distribution ratio is the ratio of the total concentration of a solute in organic phase to the total concentration of a solute in aqueous phase. Right? Generally, we take distribution coefficient as Kd is equal to S1 upon S2. We consider here this is the organic phase and this is the aqueous phase, say, or phase 1 or phase 2. Generally, at our TYBSc level, we consider this one is organic phase and S2 is a aqueous phase. Right? Now, distribution ratio. Distribution ratio is the ratio of total concentration. What do you mean by the total concentration? That means if solute may be undergo either polymerization, association or dissociation between any one phase which are in contact with each other, then instead of distribution coefficient we use the term distribution ratio. Hence, during the distribution ratio we use total concentration word, that is maybe association, maybe dissociation or maybe polymerization is taking place. That is total concentration of a solute in organic phase, say, right, total concentration of solute in organic phase divided by total concentration of solute in aqueous phase, right? This is the distribution ratio, right? Now, in the next lecture, we will discuss about the relation between distribution ratio and the distribution coefficient. Okay, thank you all of you.